Saloon cars have been discussed on our channel a very few times. So far, we have discussed the Porsche Panamera, but we haven't yet considered the cars made by probably one of the wildest German automakers, BMW. The car in the spotlight today is a 600 plus horsepower maniac machine that wanted to impress everyone with its comfort and performance, but didn't quite live up to the hype. The car is the BMW M8. Not the standard one, the M competition one, because we are all about the performance stuff, aren't we? BMW's ways of building a performance version of one of their existing models is to lower the ride height, make the dampers and the suspension stiffer, tune the chassis to handle more power and perform well. To put it in a nutshell, it's the AMG version of their existing cars. The design of the M8 follows the standard trend of modifying the aerodynamics of the car, making it look more aggressive. Those are one of the things. The M8 surely does look more aggressive than the standard M8. Being a coupe, the lines from the front follow to the back with an aggressive stance. The headlights in particular have been modified to perform better, and they do stand out from the standard lights we were accustomed to seeing on the M5 and the M6. There are sure some sharp angles in the design of the car, especially at the front, around the front grille, and in the back around the rear diffuser. The quad exhaust layout adds character to the car, and the wide wheel arches complement the aggressive stance of the car as well. Overall, I like the design considering that modern BMWs have started to look weirder and weirder. The operating system on the BMW M8 competition is changed, but the question is, what does it mean for you, the customer? So the background is simple. On one hand, the function of diversity in modern cars is increasing, and on the other hand, they are trying to simplify operations. For example, take the new driver assistance system. The new M8 is equipped with all the systems that make your day-to-day life safer, easier, and more relaxed. That sounds good, but what if you are a sporty driver or maybe you want to go on a racetrack? Perhaps you won't be needing this system, right? But that's exactly the reason why BMW has developed the M mode button. At the mere push of just one button, you can deactivate specific driver assistance systems, and it's optimized to suit different use cases such as road, sport, or track. In the road, all driver assistance systems are on: active cruise control, lane departure warning, regulation warning, everything. In sport mode, all informing systems are on while all actively intervening systems are off. And in track mode, which is designed for the racetracks, all driver assistance systems are off. All safety systems are off as well. And you can also turn off systems which have nothing to do with the driving on racetrack. For example, the navigation screen becomes black and the radio is muted. Even the display page on the dashboard changes. It looks like a proper race car. But when you are in the car, you would feel like you are missing the typical set of buttons like the damper, engine, steering, which you used to find on the previous M models. But now, there is only one button. It's the setup button. Mode and setup are separate on the M8, and this is an inspiration from motorsports. In the setup menu, you can change the engine characteristics. You can change the dampers, steerings. You can also change the drive type between 4-wheel drive for the sports and 2-wheel drive. And you can also change the brake between comfort and sport. The brake system is a new one in the M8. They made it part of a liquid brake system. It has a mini panel, which means a complete system is about 2 kilograms lighter than the normal systems, and you choose between these two characteristics. If you want to drive the M8 on a track, just long press the mode button for the track mode and the track mode will be activated. Comparing it to its predecessor, the M6, the M8 is significantly improved, not only in terms of design but in terms of handling and features as well. There are some things that I wish BMW should work upon, like making the car smaller in terms of proportion and improving its top speed and the overall fit and finish of the interior. Now coming to the engine and performance part, the engine is a 4.4 liter twin turbo V8 that puts out 617 horsepower to the wheels in an instant, and the torque is at 553 pound-feet, which helps propel this car to 63 miles per hour in just 3.2 seconds, and it pushes it to a top speed which is the same as that of the Acura NSX, that is 190 miles per hour. Though the car comes with various switching driving options, I would personally prefer to do some donuts by putting the car into two-wheel drive rather than all-wheel drive. But if you are into drag racing, You just have to put it in all-wheel drive and it launches like an absolute rocket. The M8 in its track settings is very playful around the tracks if you plan on doing track days in your car. The best thing about the M8 competition is its versatility. This car, along with being a track monster, can do track duties as well. Just keep in mind to fill its big belly once in a while, cause this monster demands some really large diet. One wonderful thing that the M8 does flawlessly is hiding its weight. It weighs about 1855 kgs in the coupe form and more than 2000 kgs in the form of a convertible. The driving feel, however, isn't that good. Don't take this as a bad thing, but the M8 hugely reduces the driver involvement with this car. For people who just care about getting from one point to another, it's no big deal. It's actually a good thing for them. But for enthusiasts like you and me, driver engagement is of the utmost importance. The M8 sounds good though. Even though the standard exhausts don't sound that good on modern cars today, the ones on the M8 sound like an angry, thirsty monster who is demanding you to feed it with more and more gasoline. Now lastly, the interior. If there is one area where is no beating the Germans, it is the interior. Germans know exactly the right amount of leather to put around the car in the right places and make their infotainment system as good as possible. The M8 competition, being a super saloon car at the end of the day, has to be luxurious and comfortable, and surprisingly, it is. You just need to go through some clicks inside the digital cluster and you can choose a mode for yourself in which you can be comfortable and just cruise around. You can of course spec your car in every possible way you can think if money allows you to do so. I personally would have more carbon fiber inside the car because everyone loves carbon fiber and I'm sure you do too. Now, what's the conclusion? The M8 competition is a supremely powerful saloon car. The problem is that despite it being an M car, it doesn't feel like one. It doesn't look like one. It doesn't drive like one. We have seen M models in the past that have put driver involvement at the pedestal, and that should have been the case with the M8 too. But sadly, it isn't. The M5 competition, I would say, has better driver involvement than the M8, and it truly feels like a driver's car. If I were in the market, I would rather have bought an Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio, cause it's a better driver car and it's an Alfa. So everyone, that will be all for this time. I trust you like this one. If you did, then do share it with your friends and do consider subscribing to Motor Drift for more such content in the future. Also, join in the Motor Drift community by clicking the links in the description below. I would love to have you as a part of it. Till then, ciao.